Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. And today I've got two replays in the Tier 8 French Premium Medium Tank, the AMX 30 AltProto. And as the video title will tell you, this is the game leading up to my third mark of excellence, and that one where I actually achieve the third mark. Now, if you want to see the equipment and crew setup I run in this tank, you can see that at the bottom of the screen. But now, this game on proc is an incredibly strange game. Now, you'll notice it's tier 10 matchmaking and there is no enemy light tank. But already I've poked this ridge and I'm thinking, this is a bit odd. No one's really come to contest it and I'm not spotting anything. Or I'm poking quite high up on this ridge and not getting spotted myself. So I decided to push into the bowl to extend my view range and see what we can spot and try and work out what's going on. And again, nothing spotted here. I do eventually spot a tank on the 1-2 line, but I haven't got spotted because the enemy team have failed to contest the 3-4-5 line. And that means a lot of the enemy team must have pushed to the hill on 8-9. And I'm saying to my platoon mates here, Swindle and Panda, that I'm just going to full send this and spot this for you because there's nothing to actually shoot me because they haven't contested this zone. And I could pick up a lot of assistance very, very quickly. And that's exactly what I do. I push down this ridge to spot these tanks, knowing that for the enemy teams to shoot me on the right hand side, they have to overextend. Now, I should pick up all this assistance because this is all my assistance. And look how many tanks we have down the 1-2 line to give me that cover. So these tanks, in theory, should get absolutely deleted when they get spotted up here. And that's what's happening. I'm already up to 2,300 assistance. I have to be careful of any tanks on the train tracks to my left. Might be able to shoot me. But at the same time, I need to try and keep these tanks spotted because straight away at the start of the game, I'm at 4,500 assistance. So this is obviously a great game going towards my third mark of excellence. But I'm sitting there thinking, I could get 10k assistance out of this game because of the way the enemy team have played it, and this is why it's always a mistake, and especially just not to take that middle at all. I know there's artillery in the game, but they didn't contest it, and it's allowed me to do this, and those enemy team have paid the price for that. Now I'm thinking that I'm on 6,000 assistance. All I want to do is try and spot and try and get to that 10k assistance mark because I just know it's very doable at the moment. But I need to spot the enemy tanks on the hill in order to do so. So I pushed aggressively to spot this side. You can see one of the beauties of this tank is its fantastic mobility, almost light tank mobility for this medium. And I'm pushing very aggressively now to spot the hill, even though these tanks on the right could potentially shoot us. I'm hoping that they're going to get pushed back by all the guns which can also shoot them. So I do spot the hill. You see I spot lots of targets on that hill, and I'm hoping to try and rack up this assistance again. Getting close to 7,000 assistance. Not actually fired my gun yet, but I'm just kind of picking up all the assistance and try and get to that 10k mark. I do get shot by the tank on the train track. Hopefully won't be able to do that again when my enemy team push forward. And I'm just trying to, again, like I say, what a strange game for proc. To pick up some of that assistance that early, and like I say, that's all because the enemy team did not contest the 3-4-5 ridges at all, and that's one of the problems by just pushing the hill at the start of the game. And now I'm going to start to try and get a bit of damage of my own. I track that enemy medium tank on the hill. I do actually have 11 degrees of gun depression on this tank, so you can play ridge lines very, very well. But I'm up to about 8,400 assistance now, and I want to get to that 10k mark, but it's going to get harder and harder because to pick up the more assistance now with my friendly team sort of getting close. They're in sort of their own spotting range as well. But I've already had a fantastic game when it comes to my third mark of excellence, and right now I'm just going to full send just to give me every last bit of opportunity to try and get any more assistance out of this game. Friendly Panda slaps that T32 in the grom, puts me onto 9,000 assistance now with 1,000 damage of our own. With only 3 enemy tanks remaining, I'm thinking it's going to be unlikely now to get to the 10k mark of assistance. But you never know, maybe RT will shoot these tanks, which I just spot on that hill there, and I might get some assistance from that. In fact, that happens. I get put onto 9,400 assistance, and there's 2 tanks remaining. I decided to push this enemy medium in the low ground thinking at the moment that I thought the other medium might have pushed to the A0 and somehow managed to climb up the top. That's where I was heading. As it turns out, it wasn't the case. He was hidden behind us. The little Italian medium tank, he's now shooting me in behind. I do pick up some more assistance though. But yeah, I'm not going to get the 10k assistance mark, although I get pretty close in order to get it. So I'm just going to try and get as much damage as I can. This game is obviously won. I'm just trying to get as most out of this game as I can now. But yeah, crazy game there for the first replay. I wanted to show that one because it was just mental, to be honest with you. So we pick up 0 kills, 2,000 damage, over 2,000 base XP with 9,500 assistance, and getting the ace tanker. Put my onto 92.45. And I have one more replay to show you, where is the one I actually achieved the 3rd mark on, and it's a completely different game to this one. A really good game, but the opposite of getting more damage rather than getting assistance. So let's move on to replay number 2. Okay, so on to replay number 2 then on Canis, where we are top tier. There's 1 enemy artillery and 1 enemy light tank. Now I think at this stage I was on about 94.15, so I knew I needed a pretty big game in order to free mark it in one game, because I think at the point of marking this tank the free mark requirement was fairly high. It was just shy of 4,000 damage, so it's fairly high for a tier 8 medium tank, but this tank is a very good tank and very capable, so I knew I needed to have a good game. So initially we pushed to this position here just to spot anything, or try and spot anything what crosses, or get shots in anything which does in fact cross. Now unfortunately we missed this wheelie boy light tank 2 times, which is not ideal, because that tank, although it's not a great tank, it can be a little bit of a nuisance, because it's a wheelie boy and a bit awkward to hit. But we do at least get one shot into that Tiger 2 there as he makes his cross, and looks like quite a lot of the enemy team, as you can see, are playing this side. So if they start to cross, I might be able to squeeze in a few shots through the gaps, and that's basically what I'm waiting for here. Just waiting for the enemy team to cross and see if we can get any shots in. Got 300 alpha this gun, and I must admit I really like this tank because I love the flexibility that you do have some pretty good armour on the turret, especially when you are top tier. You can bounce shots, obviously not always a story when you're bottom tier, and I like the fact that you've got 11 degrees of gun depression, decent concealment, and basically great mobility. So we've had a slow start to the game, only managed to pick up 2 pens so far, but there's plenty of damage available to us. Now I wait to try and hit the track wheel, that javelin, just to see if I can pick up any track assistance. I do pen him, but I don't track him in place, so I just pull back into cover whilst I lose my spot here, and then see again if we can get any more shots in, like that tank, who looks like he's going to cross through that gap, and I probably will have a shot at him. The enemy light tank is still driving around like a nutcase, and just being a little bit of a pest for our team, really keeping them all detected. I do have some shots into that light tank, and I will try and shoot him if I get the opportunity to, just because obviously I imagine he's keeping all our tanks spotted at the moment. It's a little bit awkward, so I go for a shot. Again, unfortunately, just misses the light tank there as he's sort of driving around, so it's a little bit awkward for me to deal with. And we are starting to lose this game. We are 3 tanks down, so things have probably looked better for our team at the moment, I would say, but we're still well in the game, to be able to do stuff. Now, we do get a nice shot into that light tank, which sets him on fire, which is great because it gives us a little boost to our damage, but also puts the light tank on a 1 shot, so we're able to connect another shot to him and be able to take him out. Might get an opportunity here, unfortunately we don't, and we start to lose a few more tanks, and we're now into a 9 versus 14 situation. So not great, and it kind of feels like the enemy team are winning this side, but hopefully we can finish off the Tiger 2 there. Unfortunately our shot bounces, but he does at least get taken out by our friendly Panzerjäger there afterwards, so at least we confirm that tank. But again, like I say, we are fighting a losing battle at this at this time, so we've got to work cut out for us in this one. So again, there's still lots of tanks here, so I don't really feel like I need to move just yet. They haven't pushed further enough to put me in any real danger, and I want to try and get the shots in whilst they come, because I do have the mobility to relocate and fall back, which I may need to do now because it's only one friendly tank destroyer at the sort of A6 location and there's about 5 tanks there. So I do decide that I'm going to fall back, try and get into a better location, but if they push I can try and get some shots in, and also in a situation that I'm closer to the 1-2 line, so if that falls, because it kind of looked like it might, I would also have shots there. So enemy light tank does actually sort of crash, and it gives me enough time to get a shot in and finally take out that light tank. But we're now in a 5 versus tank, so 10 6 situation. So enemy team have double our numbers here, and things are not looking great for us right now, but we are full health. We're still well in the game, and remember, we are top tier. It's now 10 versus 4, so we're definitely going to have a work cut out for us to bring this one back, but we're going to do what we can do. Enemy medium tank gets caught crossing now, and now we're in a good position, you see, to get shots of these tanks whilst we've got a nice little cover to keep ourselves protected after we fired. We finish off that enemy medium tank there, putting us on to our second kill of the game and 2,000 damage. And we're going to stay in this location because I can try and say somewhat safe from artillery here, and again have cross shots. We managed to put one into that Ragnarok, who I believe has fired his clip now, and we get another fire, setting them on fire and hopefully picking up the kill. He does actually get killed by a friendly tank. I think he would have burned out, but that puts us on 3,000. Quickly turn around to kill that one shot, picking up our third kill of the game, bringing these numbers back to a more winnable situation. Going to try and now get a shot into this Panther 88. We do get one shot into him, putting him onto a 2-shot to us. We're going to see if we can squeeze in another shot. Actually, I think it might just be a Panther, not a Panther 88. But yeah, 4 versus 6. We actually pick up a little bit of assistance there. And then this enemy tank destroyer comes round out of nowhere. Yeah, trying to do the dirty on us there. But we managed to, thankfully for us, it was a 1-shot. And we pick up the 4th kill. And that's obviously going to help us out. This is now a 4 versus 5. So we brought this game from what at one point, what was a 10 versus 4, back to the enemy team only having a 1 tank advantage. So we're in pole position. We're in a good position now to try and get this win, with the basis that we are still very healthy. So I know there was that Panther there down the 6-7 line, but I knew there was also a Charioteer there at one point, and in the Panzerjäger I don't think I was spotted, so I don't actually know where that is. But our friendly heavy tanks now pushing down the 1-2 line, and I've decided I didn't fancy pushing that Panther where he was in case I get caught out by those 2 tank destroyers. So I'm going to see if I can spot the enemy base and find out if there's anything on their hill still, and also see if we can give our support to our friendly heavy tanks pushing down the 1-2 line. We may need to turn around, but again, the good thing about this tank is mobility. We get spotted. There must be something on the hill which we are not quite finding spotted, and it was that Charioteer which was in the bush, and we get 1 shot into him. We do eat one, but it's not all too bad. I think he shoots with his Hesh and doesn't full pen, so not bad. But enemy artillery has shots on us in this location, and I know the artillery for where that tracer went must be at the K6 location, and that means he can shoot us where he were. So I decided to get out of there early before that enemy artillery just starts focusing us and ruining the game, because we're having a good game. We're at this stage now, 3,700 damage. Any more damage on from this point is going to count towards the progress of our 3rd mark of excellence. So we want to try and maximise that now, and there's still some healthy tanks remaining. So I decided again to use the mobility of the tank to try and find out if there's anything coming behind us. Where is that Panther gone to? And we actually spot the Javelin and managed to pick up the kill there and pick up our 5th kill of the game, and put us up to 4,000 damage, putting us to an even score of 4 versus 4. I was getting detected there, which I'm guessing is probably the Panzerjäger, somewhere in that sort of location, or maybe, yeah, I don't think it would have been the heavy tank. It must have been the Panzerjäger, I suspect. So I'm going to try and take a safer route and see if I can go round down the 9-0 line now, and see if we can take out that Charioteer who was on the hill, or find out where that Panzerjäger is, and just take a different route essentially. I still don't know where this Panther's gone. Now, I imagine he's probably chasing the artillery. He is in fact chasing the artillery. I turn around, but our artillery does a good job of obviously killing the Panther. So good job by the artillery there, and that puts us into a 4 versus 3. Now I just want to get to that damage as quickly as I possibly can, because I want to try it. I know the Charioteer was fairly healthy. I have no idea of the hit points of the Panzerjäger because I've not spotted that tank all game. Guessing maybe he's on the hill, but I'm thinking I might be able to come behind this enemy tanks which are on the hill and get a few shots in. So I'm just letting the artillery know that I'm going to be spotting here, so if you want to get ready to shoot, give us some assistance with a bit of luck. And we can come around the back here and see if we do spot anything from behind here. We do in fact spot the Panzerjäger, and we should be able to get a shot or two into this tank. We get one tank in, one shot in. We're going to pull back. This tank does have fantastic DPM. In fact, bounces, so we should get a shot into him, put him onto a one shot there. But then the enemy artillery, unfortunately, is hitting us, and he puts us onto 300 hit points, which is far from ideal. And knowing that the artillery is going to shoot us again, we cannot stay there because he's going to take us out. This has made things a little bit awkward getting hit by that artillery, because it means I'm a one shot to the Charioteer. He doesn't need to use his Hesh. He could use his normal APCR rounds. And he's coming in and he's got a lot more hit points. That shot was unfortunate because it tracked him. Would have loved that shot to land there. Going to try and squeeze one in because I don't want him to come around the corner on full health, or he's just going to be able to kill us. We get one in, puts him onto a two shot to us. He misses. Hopefully I'll get another chance. If I can get one more into him now, now that means if he comes around the corner on me, he's a one shot. So, where it means he can't just... If I didn't poke for those shots, he could have just full sent round, ate a shot off of me, then kill me. Where now I've got the opportunity of taking him out because he's a one shot to us. So we're going to wait. If he pokes, hopefully we can land a shot before he can land his. And then unfortunately I just don't know where that shot went. Now he should kill us here, but he fires Hesh and doesn't pen. And now we know we've got the kill on this tank. And we do pick up the 6th killed game, puts under 5,000 damage. One enemy tank remaining. The enemy artillery, can we pick up the Devastator by picking up the 7th kill to finish off what has been a really good game? We land one, puts him onto one. It's just whether we can kill him or not. But our friendly artillery misses, so we probably will get the kill here. And we do confirm the 7th kill of the game. And finish off really strongly and complete our 3rd mark of excellence on the tank. So yeah, let's see how we got. 7 kills, about 6,000 damage, 400 assistance with the ace tanker, and the medal for getting the 7th kill and killing the artillery. So thank you so much for your support, and as always, happy tanking.